Hi, I'm Mike McNamara with the McNamaraReport.com, and today I'd like to show you what's inside the boxes of Nikon's new D600 HD-SLR and its kit lens, the 24-85mm Nikkor f3.5 to 4.5 G VR lens. Now, it's amazing to me that I've got this box from Nikon, the Nikon D600, within 2 days of the actual press releases of this camera. It's actually going to be shipping by the 18th of this month, which is only 4 days after its announcement. First, let's start with the D600 box and check out what's inside here. Actually, yeah, here we go. The warranty card, kind of a contact list, and then, oh my, look at that. Two large manuals in one package, one in English and uno in Espanol. Now, inside the box, opening up here, we're looking at number one, the accessory box. We'll put that right here. And next to it, the box containing the D600 body only. Now, the body only, if you were to buy it just as here, is list priced at $2,099. And that is a full frame, 24.3 megapixel camera with the ability to shoot 1080p full high definition video. And it's got some other really neat features on it. I'm going to go into that in just a second. Let's get the box out of the way and take a look at what's inside the accessory box. Okay, that is a USB connector cable for the camera. It's a power cord to the battery charger. The great Nikon D600 custom strap. And down in the box, we've got the Nikon battery charger for the EL15 battery that's found in a number of Nikon DSLRs right now. Now, there's also a little eyepiece block, and that's for when you're shooting time exposure. You stick that right inside the viewfinder. And right here, the EL15 battery. And Nikon says this battery is good for up to 900 shots using SEPA standards, which is usually half flash on and half flash off. As you can see, it actually has a little pop-up flash, although I'm not sure if it's going to work without a lens on it. Large mirror inside, and a beautiful 3.2-inch, 921,000 dot screen on the back, very similar to the one on the Nikon D800. And we can turn that on. Actually, I think we're going to have to put a lens on this. Sometimes cameras like this allow you to turn them on or take shutter release shots without the lens on it, but in this case, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So let's get right back to the next box opening. And that is the 24-85mm f3.5 to 4.5. It's not the brightest lens on the block, but it is a VR lens. So we have an image stabilized setup in the kit and the camera. Now, coming out of here, we have the accessory box for the lens, which shows the lens hood and a nice padded case for the lens. The manual and the lens itself. Move that box out of the way. Very compact, 24 to 85 millimeter zoom lens. And as I said, if you look on the side here, it says VR. So off and on, and manual and autofocus. Very compact lens, fairly light. Let's get it onto the camera itself before somebody yells at me for letting dust in there. Now, turn the camera on, and you can see that autofocus light pop up. Now the flash pops up. Very powerful, guide number 39 in feet, flash unit that also has the commander mode, so it can control external Nikon flash units. Now again, on the back, it's a beautiful 3.2-inch monitor, and when you take off this plastic, those little lines that you might be seeing there disappear. Now, it also, what I like about this camera right away is it comes with the cover to protect the LCD screen. And let's take a look at some of the other features on this. You see a large monochrome LCD panel on top that gives you exposure information, and on the knurl knob, you have the controls for the shutter release and burst speed. This shoots up to 5.5 frames per second with RAW and JPEG set. So it's a pretty fast camera considering the 24.3 megapixel resolution in the sensor itself. If you put a DX lens on this camera, it automatically crops down to the DX format. But the neat thing about it, according to Nikon, is that you can actually shoot full high-definition video, whether you're in the DX or FX mode. So you get that full 1080p 16:9 ratio. On the back, you'll see quite a few familiar buttons, especially if you're familiar with the Nikon D800. It's kind of similar in the layout. And up front is something very new to this camera, and that is the dedicated movie start button right here behind the shutter release. So on the side, you've got HDMI and USB out. And by the way, that HDMI allows you to actually output from the camera uncompressed 1080p video. Also above that are inputs. There's an input for a stereo mic input and also stereo headphone out. So there you have it, the new Nikon D600 HD-SLR 24.3 megapixel full frame camera. For more information on this camera, click on the icon to my left. And if you get one, I hope you enjoy taking pictures with it as much as I do.